Tiffany liked the quiet. The hospital, usually a whirlwind of activity, was still at this hour. A perfect time to film. She was recording an educational video, demonstrating different surgical suture techniques. The camera rolled, capturing her steady hands and precise movements. But the stillness was deceptive. A prickle ran down her spine, a feeling of being watched, a fleeting movement, a shadow shifting within the darkness. Tiffany's breath caught in her throat. She resumed filming, her gaze darting nervously towards the window. The encounter left Tiffany shaken. She couldn't shake off the image of the figure, the way it seemed to melt back into the darkness. It felt wrong, unnatural. Rational thought warred with a growing sense of unease. Determined to debunk her fear, Tiffany reviewed the footage. Surely it was just a trick of the light. The camera, positioned on a tripod, had captured the entire session. With a deep breath, she hit play. The video played back, her voice a calm counterpoint to the growing anxiety in her chest. And then, it appeared. Just as she remembered it, the shadow moved in the window across from her. Tall, thin, and undeniably there. Panic swelled in her chest, a cold fist clenching around her heart. This wasn't a trick of the light. It couldn't be. The figure was too distinct, too deliberate in its movement. Tiffany rewound the footage, playing the scene again and again. Each time, the same chilling result. The figure appeared, lingered, and vanished. Her hands trembled as she reached for her phone. She needed to show someone. The hospital's security office was deserted at this late hour. Tiffany found the security guard, a burly man named Frank, dozing behind a bank of monitors. "Frank, I need to see the security footage from tonight," she said, her voice tight with anxiety. Frank grumbled, rubbing the sleep from his eyes. "What is it now, Doc? We got enough real problems without you chasing shadows." He followed her to the control panel, his skepticism evident. Tiffany pointed to the screen, her finger trembling slightly. "That window. Rewind to about an hour ago." Frank, his interest piqued, manipulated the controls. The screen flickered, showing the hallway outside her room. Then it appeared. The shadowy figure, passing by the doorway, at the edge of the frame. Frank's jaw tightened. "What the?" They watched as the figure moved down the hallway, its movements jerky and unnatural. It stopped at the end of the hall, seeming to look directly at the security camera. Then, it simply vanished. Frank, visibly shaken, scratched his beard. "I've heard the stories," he muttered, "but I never believed them. Not until now." He looked at Tiffany, his face pale. "You're not the first to see it, Doc. This place, it's got a history." The grainy footage spread through the hospital like wildfire. Tiffany uploaded it to a private online forum for medical professionals, seeking a rational explanation. The responses flooded in, a mixture of disbelief and shared experiences. Doctors and nurses from other hospitals chimed in, recounting similar encounters. Tales of unexplained noises, cold spots, and fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures. The stories sent shivers down Tiffany's spine, each one echoing her own experience. One message, from a cardiologist in Chicago, stood out. "Our hospital was built on the site of an old asylum," it read. "They say the patients, driven mad by their confinement, still roam the halls." Tiffany's hospital had its own dark history. Built over a century ago, it had served as a makeshift battlefield hospital during the war. Countless souls had passed within its walls, many meeting untimely ends. Was it possible that some part of them remained, unable to find peace?